Hi, my name is Marcos Benavides. Thank you for coming to our Kickstarter. Today I'd like to talk to you about my new project called Atama e-books. This is a series of easy English, multiple path, interactive fiction stories. I've written many stories in the past. Some of the books that I've worked on as an editor you may recognize. This is the Choose Your Own Adventure series, which I edited and adapted for students who are learning English as a second language. A couple of years ago, I was honored when my second book, Who Done It, received the two highest awards in the industry, the Duke of Edinburgh English Book Award and the British Council Cambridge Award for Innovation. This is my first time setting out on my own as an indie publisher. So I'm creating this series with a bunch of authors that all have a lot of experience writing for students and for anyone else who enjoys reading a good story.
The Curse of Skull Island is the book I'm working on at the moment, and it's really exciting because it's an adventure story set in the South Pacific. And anyone who's read survival stories before, they're going to love it.
As a language teacher and an author, one of the great things about working on a project like this is when it's all done and you see your students in class reading and enjoying a good story.
We all know that the best way to learn something is through repetition. Do the same thing again and again and again, and you'll eventually master it. The problem with repetition is that it's boring. Nobody wants to do the same thing over and over again, right? Well, actually, with multipath stories, you do. Because you're reading the same story, you get to an ending, you go back and you read that story again, but a different path, a different branch. So for learners, for students who are learning reading fluency and comprehension and picking up new vocabulary, this is an ideal way to learn. Of course, there's already a lot of really great stuff out there to read. The problem is, if you're a slightly older, an adult student of English, for example, or a slightly older child who wants to read something that's a little bit more interesting than The Very Hungry Caterpillar, you're not quite ready yet for that Harry Potter level, and yet you're beyond the kids' book level. This is where Atama e-books has a solution. We have books that are simple, but not simplistic.
As a writer, the important thing is to remember that your goal is to reduce the academic load as much as possible for the reader. That requires short, simple sentence structures and using high-frequency words as much as possible.
Kids who become hooked on reading, who grow into independent, passionate adult readers, go on to become successful. If there's ever been one magic bullet, one thing that you can do that will give you a real advantage in life, it's reading. It's as simple as that.
These books are there for people who are learning English as a foreign language, they're there for reluctant learners of English, and they're there for parents who just want to read a good story to their kids at night.
So thank you very much for listening. I hope you'll scroll down and take a look at some of the other information we've got down there. You can meet our writers and our illustrator and find out more about them. And please remember, even a small donation of $2 will get you one title in iBook format. So I hope to see you, and thank you very much. Please support us.